Greetings from SourcePoint. This is going to be a mini mind aerobic session. I know some of you have been wanting to challenge your brain, so we are about to do that. So grab your scrap paper and your pens. My name is Joan Pearse, and I'm ready to do mind aerobics with you today. A mind once stretched by a new idea never regains its original dimensions. Oliver Wendell Holmes said that. So let's continue to use, stretch, and challenge our minds. So hopefully you have your paper now, and you are ready to think about tri-bond with me. Tri-bond is where I'm going to give you 3 examples, and all of those samples will lead up to one item. So for example, if I gave you incisor, molar, and bicuspid, you would say tooth or teeth, because all of those are different kinds of teeth. There's going to be 5 questions. Each will have 3 parts of the clue. You're going to write down your answer on your paper. So ready or not, here we go. Question number 1, your 3 clues are right, R-I-G-H-T, equilateral, and isosceles. So for number 1, your 3 clues were right, isosceles, and equilateral. Number 2, your 3 clues are femur, tibia, mandible. So for number 2, your 3 clues are femur, tibia, and mandible. Number 3, your clues are grammar, high, middle. So for number 3, your clues are grammar, high, and middle. So all of these are adding up to one thing. Number 4, your 3 clues are MD, PhD, and MBA. Number 4, your 3 clues are MD, PhD, and MBA. So only one more left in this section. Number 5. Your 3 clues are office, high, H-I-G-H, rocking. So for number 5, your 3 clues are office, high, rocking. I'll give you a couple seconds to go back and see which ones you didn't get. So let's do the answers, and let's go backwards, because using your brain in different ways is very helpful to having your brain use different pathways. So what was the answer to number 5? Number 5. The answer is chair. Office chair, high chair, and rocking chair. Number 4, MD, PhD, and MBA. They're all degrees. So an MD is a doctor, PhD is a doctor as well, and MBA, Master of Business. So hopefully you have gotten the answer to number 4 as degrees. Number 3, we have grammar school, high school, and middle school. So your answer for number 3 is school. Number 2, we had femur, tibia, and mandible. They're all names of bones. So if you said bones, you got it right. No bone about it. Number 1, right. Equilateral, isosceles. These are all different types of triangles. So hopefully you got all those answers right, or you now know that the correct answers were those, and so we're going to move on. The next section that we're going to do is Ohio trivia. There will be 7 questions in this section. I will ask the question, give you a little bit of time, and then after we go through all 7 questions, I will give you the answers. Question number 1 on Ohio trivia. Of the 50 states, how does Ohio rank as far as population? So of the 50 states, how does Ohio rank in population? I'll give you a clue. It's in the top 10. Number 2, in what year did Ohio obtain its statehood? It was March 1st. Please write down on number 2 what the year was in which Ohio received its statehood. Number 3, Ohio has the status of being a swing state. Ohio has the status of being a SWING swing state. What does that mean? Question number 4, and again we are doing Ohio trivia. Which U.S. flag is the only non-rectangular flag? Number 4, which OSU flag? I said that wrong. Which U.S. flag is the only non-rectangular flag? Number 5. Something enlightening occurred in Cleveland, Ohio in 1914. What happened to make the world's history books? So number 5, something enlightening occurred in Cleveland, Ohio in 1914. What happened to make the world's history books? Number 6, what is Ohio's #1 industry, contributing more than $100 billion to the state's economy? Number 6, the question again is, what is Ohio's #1 industry, contributing more than $100 billion to the state's economy? I'll give you a clue. This involves 14 million acres. Finally, the last one in this segment, number 7. How many counties are there in OHIO? How many counties are there in Ohio? I'll give you a couple seconds, or you can pause this to see if you can go back and get all the answers correct. So let's start at number 1 this time. Of the 50 states, how does Ohio rank in population? We are 7th in population, and we are 34th in size according to miles. So as far as population goes, we are number 7. As far as the size of the physical state, we rank 34th. In what year did Ohio obtain its statehood? March 1st, 1803. Ohio has the status of being a swing state for number 3. What does that mean? That means that we could either be won by a Democratic or Republican presidential candidate. That was number 3. Number 4, I gave you the answer. What U.S. flag is the only non-rectangular flag? And the answer is Ohio. Ohio has a swallowtail-shaped flag. So Ohio is the only non-rectangular flag of the U.S. state flags. Something enlightening occurred in Cleveland in 1914. What was that? On August 5th, 1914, the world's first electric signal was put in the street in Cleveland, Ohio. You may have figured this out. Number 6, the number 1 industry in Ohio is farming. There are nearly 75,000 farms and more than 14 million acres. And this was from 2019. Finally, the last one, number 7 from the Ohio trivia section. There are 88 counties in Ohio. The next thing we're going to do is problem solving. I may have heard a groan out there from my Mind Aerobics students. This involves using numbers as your answers. For each step, you will write down an answer and either subtract or add to get to the next step. And there are 4 steps in this particular question. After you write down the 4th part, I will let you think a moment and then we'll get the answer and go over it together. So this is problem solving. The first question is, please write down on your paper, the total number of legs on a healthy spider. The number of legs on a healthy spider. To that number, we're going to add the number of sides of an octagon. So you took the number of legs of a spider and you're adding the total number of sides on an octagon. Once you've added those together, you're going to subtract the total number of sides. The total number of sides on a triangle, a square, a rectangle, and a pentagon. So your directive is you're going to subtract the total number of sides that's on a triangle, a square, a rectangle, and a pentagon. The final step is you're going to take that number and add to it the number of letters in the English language. So plus the number of letters in the English language. I'll let you figure out what your total number is for that answer in problem solving. Let's go back together and see if we got it right. So first, the total number of legs on a healthy spider is 8. To that number, you added the number of sides on an octagon, which again is a stop sign, which is 8. So now you have 16. From that number, you subtracted the total number of sides on a triangle. So you have 3 sides on a triangle, plus 4 sides on a square, plus 4 on a rectangle, and 5 on a pentagon. So that 3 plus 4 is 7, plus 4 is 11, plus 5 equals 16. So 16 minus 16 is we're back to 0. To that number you added the number of letters in the English language, and that is 26. So your answer for that whole problem was 26. This is the final section of Mind Aerobics today. It's a mini Mind Aerobics section. I'm going to give you a clue, and the clue is actually a song. you are going to write down the name of the movie that that song is in. There are going to be 6 different answers. Here's number 1's clue. Do, re, mi. So for number 1, you are going to write down the answer of what movie that song Do, re, mi was in. Your answer on that one's going to have 4 words. Number 2, Circle of Life. That song was from what movie? Number 2, your clue is Circle of Life. That song is from what movie? Also went on Broadway. Number 3, If I Were a Rich Man. That's your clue. That's your song. What movie was number 3 from? Number 4, we're still with movies, and your song is The Rain in Spain. So for number 4, The Rain in Spain came from what movie? 2 more to go in this section. Number 5, Some Enchanted Evening. Number 5, Some Enchanted Evening. What movie was that from? Last one in this section. The Surrey with the Fringe on Top. That is your song for number 6. What movie did that come from? The Surrey with the Fringe on Top. So this time I'm going to skip all over with the answers. So number 1, Do, re, mi. That was from The Sound of Music. Number 6, The Surrey with the Fringe on Top, is from the movie Oklahoma. Number 2, Circle of Life, is from The Lion King. Number 4, The Rain in Spain, is from My Fair Lady. Number 3, If I Were a Rich Man, that is from Fiddler on the Roof. And there's one more left, Some Enchanted Evening for number 5. The answer is South Pacific. I'm going to give you a couple challenges for this week. The first one is write down as many things during this week that you can think of that is typically purple. So your first challenge is to write down as many things as you can think of that are typically purple. It's a beautiful color. The second challenge I'm going to give you is, I'd like you to, this whole rest of the week, comb your hair with your less dominant hand. This helps to create new pathways in your brain. So, we are going to end with a few jokes. Never criticize someone until you have walked a mile in their shoes. So the line was, never criticize someone until you have walked a mile in their shoes. And then the punchline is, that way, when you criticize them, you'll be a mile away and you'll have their shoes. What did the left eye say to the right eye? What did the left eye say to the right eye? Between you and me, something smells. I can hear you groaning from here. This is a cute one. What do cannonballs do when they're in love? What do cannonballs do when they're in love? The answer is they make BBs. A cement mixer and a prison bus crashed on the highway. Police advised citizens to look out for a group of hardened criminals. And finally, why did the taxi driver get fired? Passengers didn't like it when she went the extra mile. So, we are going to leave you with a few extra words. This is from Norman Vincent Peale. Become a possibilitarian. No matter how dark things seem to be or actually are, raise your sights and see possibilities. Always see them, for they are always there. Stay safe. Take time to do things that you enjoy during this unique time. Be well. I'm signing off, and I'll see you soon with the next Mini-Mind Aerobics moments.